الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. So moving on now, inshallah, we're going to be discussing the third characteristic of a noun. So the first two characteristics were what? Definite and indefinite, which are what? Ma'rifah and nakira. The second characteristic was what? Gender, which were? What the two words for gender? Mudhakkar and mu'annath, correct? Now we're going to the third characteristic. The third characteristic is called number. What does number mean? What's that? Pen? Are you sure? It could be a pencil. Is that important? It's not important. The point is, it's one of those, either pen or pencil, yeah? How many pencils are there? One. So if you have one thing, what do you call it? Qalam, but in terms of English grammar, it's called singular. If you have more than one, what do you call it? Plural, correct. So you have singular and you have plural. Pardon me? So in English, it's very simple. You have singular and you have plural. You either talk about one or you talk about more than one. But the Arabs, the imagination went a bit further and they said, you know what? Just as we use one and we use more than one, it's very common to, two is also a very common factor. Like I talking to one person. But sometimes two, instead of making everything plural, they say we need a level between singular and plural. What do we need? A level between singular and plural. So they've created something called dual. What does dual mean? Two. So they don't have singular and plural. They have singular, dual, then plural. So in English, what's the plural? More than one. In Arabic, a plural is what? More than two. And a dual is what? Two. So they have a specific form. For English, you have sheep and sheepses. No, not sheepses. The sheep. Or sheeps. For example, you have book and you have books. Yeah, this book and books. So singular is book and plural is books. Yes? That's it. But in Arab, they say no, we have book. We say kitabun. We have a special form of the word kitab to make it dual, to show two. Without having, in English, if you want to say two books, what do you have to say? Well, two books. The Arab want to say two books. They'll have a special word that itself means two books. And the third is plural. So anything more than two becomes plural. So every word in itself will have how many forms? How many forms will it have? Three forms. What will it have? Singular, dual, and plural. Are you with me? Yes? Okay. So we say we have singular, dual, and plural. And we don't need to go over singular and plural because that's very easy. We know that from English anyways. So what do you call single in Arabic? Mufradun. A singular word is called what? Mufrad. What's it called? Mufrad. So when a word is singular, what do you say in Arabic? It's what? Mufrad. Mufrad means singular. Correct? So what's the new word we learned today in this lesson? Mufrad. Okay? And then we have dual. Okay? So I told you before the Arabs have their own word for dual. Okay? Now how do you make a dual? Let me show you. So example, what words have we done? Some easy words we've done. We've done the word, let's say Rasul. We're using the word Rasul. So the rule is, you get the mufrad. If you want to make a dual, you get the mufrad. So let's say, what's a singular word? What's the mufrad of prophet? A messenger? Rasulun. What do we have? Rasulun. Yes? Okay? Now, you add a fatha on the end. So now we have Rasulun. We take off the tanween. What do we add on the Rasulun? We add a fatha. So Rasul, la. Then at the end we add ani. We add an alif and a noon. So it becomes what? Rasulani. What does it become? Rasulani. If we have Nabiyun, or let's say Kitabun. So we have the word, the base word we have is what? Kitabun. Right? So when you make a dual, what do you have to add? Put a fatha on the end, add an alif and a noon. It becomes now what? Kitabani. You get it? So but to make a word dual, you get the singular word, whichever word it is. You put a fatha on the end, and then what do you add on after it? Ani. So kitabun, kitabani. Qalamun, qalamani. Baytun, baytani. Rasulun, rasulani. And other books, other vocabulary which you have used. Okay? Make sense? Yes? Are everybody with me? So it's very easy to make the jewel. Okay? So for example here, we got here, rajulun means what? Man. So rajulun becomes what? Rajulani. Rajulun becomes rajulani. So man and rajulani itself means what? Two men. We don't have to add any word in Arabic to say two. The word ani, rajulani, that ani itself means what? Two. So then it becomes rajulani. Means two men. Okay? Yes? Now this is the same. We want to point out one thing. If a word has a ta'ul marbutatu at the end, it's normally a very common writing mistake. Let me show you what happens. If I say, for example, jannatun. Jannatun, one garden. Jannatun is what? One garden. How do you make it jewel? I say, jannatan. Come in the Quran, jannatan in an yameen wa shimal. So jannatan means what? Two gardens. Now when people write this, they just tend to do what? They just write. So you have ta marbuta. Yeah. Sorry about this. What's happening here? Right. Let me do it again. So you have here jannatun. Right? Jannatun. People just come and they normally do what? They add on an alif and a noon like that. That's not how you write it. How you have to write it? You write the ta as a normal ta. So you say jannatani. You write that jannatani. You follow me? That's how you write it. So what we're saying here, when you have a word ends in ta'ul marbuta, you don't leave it as ta marbuta anymore. What do? Make it into a normal ta. And you write it like this. So jannatun becomes what? Jannatun becomes jannatani. Jannatun becomes what? Jannatani. And in Arabic you call the jewel what? Muthanna. What do you call it? Muthanna. Say after me, what do you call it? Muthanna. So you have mufrad and muthanna. What are the two words again? Mufrad for singular and jewel is muthanna. What's jewel? Muthanna. What is it called? Muthanna. What is it? Muthanna. So jewel is muthanna and singular is mufrad. So if you summarize again, let's go again quickly. I know you say, oh no, another summary. Yes, the more you repeat it, it gets into your mind quickly. So again, say it really fast. Can you do it quickly? Let's see how fast you can do it. Come on, say it. Kalima. 3 types. Ism, fa'il, harf. Ism has 4 characteristics. Ding is a key word. Then definite, indefinite. Ma'rifa, nakira, very good. Number. You forgot gender. Masculine is mudhakkar. Muannas, feminine. Number. Single is mufrad and jewel is muthanna. You give it a go, bismillah. Kalimat, good. 3 types. Ism, fa'il, harf. 4 characteristics. Ma'rifa, nakira. Mudhakkar, muannas. Mufrad, muthanna. So let's go on the board now. So we have kalima. Then we're going to have kalima. Then we have what? Ism, fa'il, harf. Then ism has what characteristic? 4 characteristics. What's the first characteristic? Definite and indefinite. Definite is called ma'rifa. Indefinite is called nakira. Then you have the second characteristic is what? Masculine and feminine. Masculine is called mudhakkar. Feminine is called muannath. And then we have 3 new words: singular, dual, and plural. Singular is called mufrad and dual is called muthanna. What's plural called? To be continued. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. That's a cliffhanger. Isn't it? A cliffhanger. So leave it. What's the thing? Everybody's suspense. Must watch the next part.